Well, hello, everybody, and happy Sunday. Andy Nichols here from the Two Legs Podcast for Andy's Sunday Live show. Good morning, everybody, and how are you all doing on this February 16th? Wow, what a week. What a week. Oh, my God. Good morning. Hi, Brad, John, hey, Buzz, Nick, Lynn, Jeffrey, and Tony. Good morning. What a freaking week. Now, I had planned this show several weeks back for this date with my two friends, and I'll tell you who they are now. It's going to be Beatley, Tone, and Kyle. And we had planned to do this on this date before we even knew about the Bowery thing. Hello, Mr. Boyce, Russ, Mike. Thank you. Yes, rocking my Bowery shirt, of course. I'll get it full view here. Got to do it. What a great shirt. Oh, man. So yeah, we were just Kyle had some good ideas about, some hot takes and things like that. And we had planned it. And Tony was away with Mrs. Beatley Tone. So we had to do the 16th. Lo and behold, Paul decides to just surprise the hell out of us and do 3 shows at the Bowery. Similar, yeah. Kind of similar. This is like Paul, Paul, like we said last Sunday on Super Bowl Sunday, he was at the Super Bowl. Like, he's just been on our radar, man. Good morning. There he is. He's at the Super Bowl, the SNL stuff, which we had thought maybe he just might play at that concert on Friday night, which was, in a word, dreadful. Other than the vintage SNL skits, Anna Gasteyer and Will Ferrell, that was funny. But the musical acts, the Smells Like Teen Spirit thing was cool. I enjoyed that one. But some of the other acts, oof. I was wondering if Paul would finish his gig at the Bowery and head up there to do it, but we'll see him tonight. Hello, Amato. Oh, man. So because of that, because of the week that Paul threw us, we held back on our show, on our regularly, our episode 273, which is out there for all our Patreon people now. But we said, you know what, let's just take a collective breath and just soak in what we just experienced with me and the MVP getting so fortunate to go. And I just want to thank Kyle Hand from the bottom of my heart for sacrificing his arm to go into Manhattan and do that show with me on Tuesday night. I mean, it's over 2,000 views. That first night when he just waited and he yelled, "Ivan's the one!" Yeah. It has just been such a crazy week for us as Macca fans. And we're just so blessed and fortunate that he was willing to do it. Still can't believe that I actually was there. All right, I know I was, and I know he was like 10 feet in front of me. It's just hard. It's like a dream. Hello, Ralph. Yeah, he is. That's confirmed. That's confirmed. That was confirmed a while ago. He's going to be there. The big question is, is he going to come out at the end? I think, who wants to guess on what he's going to play tonight? Is he going to play one song? Is he going to play 2 songs, 3 songs? I don't know. I think Hey Jude is a surefire bet to be played. And I don't know what else. Maybe 3 songs? I don't know. Hello, Tony. Amato. Hello. Yeah, so in a couple minutes, we're going to have our friends Tony and Kyle join us for a nice little chat here today and just geek out on all things Macca collecting. So, guys, feel free to pop on whenever you want, too. I know I had said a certain time, but whenever you want to pop on, we can. Donna. Hi, Donna. Hi, Andy. You and your friends' excitement about Paul's concert is just contagious. Love it. Wow. Hey, man, I mean, Kyle was there. He walked right by Kyle, and, Paul made his debut on Two Legs, albeit through Kyle's phone, but he did. Hey, and the MVP did say to Paul's, video people at the end when they were kind of just getting fans' takes on it, she plugged Two Legs. So even if you don't use it in whatever capacity, Paul, we're here for you, man, and we love you. Thank you. Thank you for continuing to embarrass us with your amazing gift to just please people and just be you and play all your music for us. Flaming Pie, I mean, ridiculous. Locking eyes with him on Flaming Pie when nobody else in the, 20 other people, the 500 knew it, and he was just chuckling. There is unofficial There is an unofficial recording out there floating around already, and believe it or not, it's already even been cleaned up by somebody on YouTube. I'm not going to share the link here, but it's out there. You can hear, and that's our show. So that's out there. And you can hear my little interaction with him. During Obla Di Obla Da, he talks about, I had this African friend, you know, and I just yelled out, Desmond Decker. And he goes, yeah, man, that's right. Like, I was acknowledged by Paul. Yes. So you can hear that. You can hear that in that recording faintly, but you can hear it. Everybody's going, who's Desmond Decker? No, only us nerds would know that stuff. Scott, I'm talking about it, man, and we recapped it all week on our channel. Check out the episodes. Nick says, hi, Nick. Did you see all the people that wanted to know why we had to watch that crap halftime show when Paul McCartney was sitting there? Yeah, yes. That was cool. Yeah, it's out there. It's not great, but it's something. The commercial, hey, Brad, good morning. The commercial for that special tonight has been all on YouTube all the week and is one of the few that doesn't allow me to skip it. Oh, hi, Joan. Aren't we? How could we not? How could we not? Absolutely. I am so glad. It was meant to be. It was meant to be, and damn, I mean, and Joan had her own story. She hung around on Thursday to see what would come on Friday, and that just became a zoo of 2,000 people at some point. And that's why the Bowery just decided to say, you know what, we're gonna get rid of all these tickets now to disperse the crowd. Because as you know, it was only announced that the tickets were being announced the day of the performance, but they didn't do that because Paul wasn't playing Thursday. He took a day off and played Friday, but by that point, it had gotten crazy. So they just, and I feel bad. I feel bad for people that waited, but you've got to, something like this, you're going to be, if you want to go, and you're fortunate enough to be made aware of it, you've got to make the sacrifices and get there early. And my leg is still killing me, by the way, from standing there and freezing, but I don't care. Hello, 40. Please stop smiling about your Maca week. You'll hurt your face. Why is the SNL special shown on a Sunday? Good point. You think Saturday, right? Saturday night would have been on last night. But that is historic. That's a TV ratings view killer. And I know it's 2025 and ratings don't mean anything anymore in the age of streaming and on demand and everything else like that. But historically, Saturday night is a dead night for television. That's the night people go out and things like that. And I know that's an old format and an old formula. But programming-wise, it's just like the Super Bowl being at 6:30 on a Sunday night. Sunday night, I mean, think about it. Let's go back to Ed Sullivan. Sunday nights. Sunday night is like the night for everybody to watch something and really get good ratings. And ratings are still a thing, but I think that's why it's being shown tonight. And hopefully, and most of us, if most of us have off tomorrow for President's Day. And if you don't, and you're working, and you're in whatever field you're working in, whether you're a utility worker, like my dad was for many years, thank you. And I know there's no holidays for people like that, like cops and firemen and utility workers. So, but those of you that are off, enjoy the day off tomorrow. But because it'll be a late night show, and Paul will probably be very late, I would think. Joan, it was chaotic. I did have a friend that got in on Friday. She said everyone gate kept the front, no budging. Wow. Scott, the audio got fixed, my man. It got fixed, but obviously you didn't keep watching. So we had mic issues for a couple of minutes, but it got better very quickly. So I encourage you to go watch all those shows that we did with Kyle on Tuesday night and a recap very late on Wednesday night with me, Tom, Joan, and the MVP. Everything's out there. Gatekeeping the front. Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, I would say so, Nick. Yes, it did. Hello, Block. No, we were good. We went to the one show, and we were fine with that. We were fine with that. I said, my friend Bob Gannon said, "You're going to try for Friday?" I said, "No. One and done is good enough for me." Okay. More cowbell, baby. Yes. The 8 days a week single came out 60 years ago today. Very cool. The main reason for me to watch, Lynn says, is to see Paul, of course. Cool. Brian Brad, and then we'll bring our friend up here. We got one backstage already. We had 24 hours of straight rain. The state is flooded, and the temps here dropped drastically. We woke up to a few inches of snow, but we're hanging in there. Hang in, Brad. It's kind of there's storms all over. I know Tom and David are fighting snow there in Michigan as well. Hey, man, but this is forever. This is forever right here, man. Got to frame this thing. Good. Please do, because they were a lot of fun to do. Live, impromptu, spot-on takes are the best, right? Now Ringo this week. That's right, baby. 2 Beatles in 2 weeks. How cool is that? And without any further ado, let's bring on. And we have to come up with a nickname for him. We have MVP for Heidi. We've got to come up with a nickname for this young lad, for what he does for our show. But let's bring on Mr. Kyle Hand on the run.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Hopefully you've assumed I've thought of many potential nicknames that we can test out.
You need one. You really need one. Like Heidi was saying that. She goes, we got to give him a nickname. I'm like, I know.
So
Any ideas?
I need to look at like the lyrics, genius.com lyrics again for this song, just to not like step into anything uncomfortable. Temporary secretary.
You want to call yourself that?
I don't know. I mean, it's obviously title and everything, but it's, I do some.
Yeah, but you're more than temporary. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. Well, I like Kyle Hand on the Run has a ring to it to me.
Kyle Hand on the Run is good. The hand that feeds the legs. Well, that's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, are you rocking the 89 World Tour t-shirt there from PaulMcCartney.com? Very cool. I love how he just sells vintage old tour t-shirts on his website.
Yes.
Evan says, Kyle, top tier guest. Absolutely.
Thanks, stranger.
The Block You Bear, the Saturday Night Live Friday concert actually fun. If I were you, I would frame that ticket. I'm gonna. Did you watch the SNL concert Friday, you and Phoebe, or no?
We went on Peacock to watch something else, and like when I was waiting for her to sit down, I threw it on for like 12 seconds, and I watched. I think Lady Gaga was playing. I was like, oh, nice, and then I just resumed my normal life. But I mean, who was in it? Who should I look out for?
The Nirvana tribute. That was about it.
Okay, I'm sure I can find a clip of that.
Yeah. The skits. I enjoyed the skits more than the musical performances. The comedy skits were better than the music.
You said they were like the old ones?
Yeah, like they were old ones, and Jimmy Fallon was on there and stuff. But Will Ferrell and Anna Gasteyer were great. I mean, I haven't been an SNL fan since the Chris Farley days. So, and David Spade and all that stuff, which was the iconic era for me. I don't know. Were you a big SNL fan growing up, or when that wasn't on your radar?
I feel like that there's this theory that's, almost more than a theory. I think it's probably scientific fact of like people feel the closest to the SNL cast, or like they associate like the SNL cast with whatever cast was around when they were in like middle school or something.
True. Yeah,
and so
I
for
guess
me,
so.
That was like Fred Armisen, like Lonely Island, Seth Meyers, Bill Hader. So those are the guys
that was good too. Some of those years were good too. I gotta give you.
But
credit
honestly,
there.
I'll watch the clips, and I'm, because I did kind of like sketch comedy stuff in college, so I kind of have an affinity for like the sketch form, and it's hit or miss, but it's it's popcorn. I don't mind it. Not worse for the wear.
Yeah. I forgot Devo. Yeah, the Devo act was cool. Jack White was cool, and Cher. I didn't watch Cher the Fugees, but I did see Devo. The Phil Hartman era, of course. Brad says, what time do you think Paul will be on tonight? University of Louisville has a rare Sunday night game at 8 p.m. and I don't want to miss that either. I don't know. We're probably late because it's Paul. He's going to close. He's probably going to be one of the last things on there. But we don't know. Lynn, I didn't care much for the SNL concert. I forced my way through it, hoping for something good, but not so much. Nirvana. Yeah, Nirvana. And Bonnie, you're right, and Brandon Carlisle. But Nirvana was the highlight, too. Cool. All right. Without any further ado, let's bring up our second guest, all the way from London, Beatly Tone. Hi, man.
Hiya. Hi, Andy. Hi, Carl. You all right?
Yeah. How did you get your voice back?
Oh, it's been an absolute mare. I just woke up this morning. I had no voice at all. I've been rough all week with a cold and cough and stuff like that. And I've got a hospital appointment tomorrow, so I was kind of hanging out, with getting further, drugs before, not doing anything until I've seen them. So I've just been grin and bearing it, basically. And when I woke up this morning, I thought, I'm not going to be able to do this because I'm, you may have noticed I've done nothing on my channel.
Yeah, you've been a little bit
all
quiet
week, all
for
week.
a week. Yeah.
All week. So, yeah. So, but hopefully it'll start to improve.
And you probably were just, and while you're battling this cold and this bug, all this McCartney content is going on in New York, and you're probably like, what the hell is going on?
I'm kind of losing track, so much so that I said to Mrs. Beatley Tone, I said, because basically what's happening is it's much worse at night. So during the night, I'm getting these coughing fits, right? Where I discovered that they were triggered. They were triggered by Paul McCartney concert dates. Because in my mind, the dates that we might have mentioned once, there might be like 1,000,000 to 1 chance that they might actually happen. According to my mind, they're done. They're booked. 23rd of August, we're coming over, and that's it.
Because now your mind's made up now, because now he's played a couple of gigs in America, so now you're like, now your mind is made up.
Yeah. And Kim says, there's no dates, no more dates been announced. What are you talking about, you lunatic?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, Tone, I'm
Anyway.
happy you're on the mend because I Venmo'd Andy a lot of money for me to come on with you. So he would have been very upset to hand it back to me if you were not well enough.
Yeah,
to join.
well, I had to pay a fair bit to come on with you, Carl, as well.
Oh, yeah. He's double dipping.
Yeah.
Tony, did you get a chance, and you probably haven't yet, but to see the video that we did with Kyle when on the Tuesday, the night of the first concert? Did you see any of that yet?
Yeah, I saw that. I think we saw all of that.
Yeah.
I haven't heard all of the gig yet, but I've heard some of it.
Yeah. Those people, those freaking bloody Yanks in there yapping. Stop talking. Chin wagging. Freaking chin waggers. Just stop talking and listen to the man. Just stand there. Applaud and cheer, and then shut your mouth.
Well,
Talk.
I have a
Go ahead.
question for you guys in the chat too. So we know what my answer is to if I had the ability to shout one thing at Paul McCartney, what would it be? But what would you guys be? So not like a direct one-to-one conversation, but like, if you were me, what would you have shouted?
A short nickname for Kyle could be RHM, right hand man.
That's very good.
He's also asking, Kyle, did you try to go to Wednesday or Friday shows?
I'm way too accepting of things. After the first night, I was like, okay, great, one night, that's it. And then the next one happened. I'm like, oh man, okay, well, I guess it's just 2 nights. And then then the third one is like, oh damn it. So I just kept missing the ball on that. But I heard from a friend that's watching, I won't blow his spot, but that Wednesday morning there were people literally in camping tents that slept overnight to get the ticket for Thursday, which ended up being Friday. So I wasn't competing with those guys in that.
You mean not Wednesday morning? You mean like what? You mean after the gig Wednesday night after our gig?
Yeah. So Thursday morning,
Right.
they were there. Yeah, that's what I meant. So after the second show, because at that point there's going to be a third show. He's not going to do 2. So
Right.
people were literally in camping tents. Like he said that he got there at like 5 a.m. and there were already over 100 people there.
And they
So-
only sold 75 for show 3.
Oh gosh. Yeah,
And I want to
there you
dispel a
go.
rumor too. Everybody's like, oh, they only sold 50. Paul's head of security, Mark Hamilton, gave out 100 blue tickets each for the first 2 shows. The little, the little raffle tickets that you get at a 50-50. He gave out, it was 100. People said it was 50, but bollocks. It was 100 for both shows, and show 3 was 75. And Joan Borelli, if you're in the chat, you can confirm that because she got in because of him. So you had friends that camped out for the next show?
It's a pretty funny story. Again, I don't want to blow up his spot, but
No.
he was trying. He's a skilled businessman, let's just say, and had no intention to view the concert himself.
Oh, he was gonna go get a ticket and sell that
He made-
sucker.
Somebody paid him. He found somebody online that would pay him hundreds of dollars to stand online for 7 hours.
It's a businessman.
He's a great businessman. I have a ton of respect for him.
Yeah. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. We got a question from Mrs. Beatley Tone for Kyle. Kyle, you were amazing on the night of the first gig. Has your arm recovered?
Oh, so my arm, so it's weird. If you want to get physiological about it, my neck was hurting for a while. I hopefully somebody more science-minded than me can explain that. But then what really was chronic was my calves. Because I was like behind a couple people. So I was on my tippy toes for like 45 minutes. But I'm healed. It was all worth it.
Because when we were there waiting the next day, Heidi and I were trying to look and say, well, where was actually Kyle standing trying to get, so you were basically on the middle of Delancey Street waiting for Paul to come out. Because, right, you were actually in the street. You weren't on the sidewalk, right?
Or
were
I was
you?
on the sidewalk. I wasn't in the street.
You
because
weren't in the
Paul's
street.
SUV was on the street.
Okay, right. So it just looked, the angle that you had, it looked like you were closer to the street side. I was looking at it again. I'm like, I wonder where he did this from. But
I was so when you think about it, I was kind of behind a bunch of people for when he's coming out of the door. But once he actually passes me, then I'm like dead on, like right in front of him.
Yeah. Yeah. Mrs. Beagley-Tone says we were so grateful to you for being there. And you being in New York was a quick ride on the tube subway to go over there and do it.
I totally lost hope. I was like, this is not happening. It's cool, whatever. But then I was out at my friend's place in Stuytown, which is kind of like East Village.
Yeah.
And then I was just hanging out with him, and I just was my mind was just like somewhere else. Like he was probably telling me a whole story, and I just like was not there.
You weren't.
And I was like, listen, man, I gotta go. And then he put me on a city bike, and I just zoomed right down to Delancey and saw it. Yeah.
Awesome. Catch up on some comments here. Ralph says, did Paul say anything when he came out either day? Well, going in on Wednesday, he just said hello to us. But, and Kyle, I mean, he just waved. He didn't say much, right? He just, he just got in his car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Penny Lane, morning, Andy, Tone, and Kyle. Great coverage from the Bowery Ballroom. You're very welcome. James would shout back to the egg.
That was debated. Trust me. Among those of us,
and Lawrence Juber was in attendance on night one because you saw him.
I thought I saw
there.
him. Okay,
he was there.
So
Yeah.
Our son down under. Go ahead, Tony.
So sorry, boy, it might be a sec. So did I get this right? So basically, apart from the 50 or 100 tickets that they actually sold, all the rest went to celebrities, right?
Comps. There were comps, yeah. So 100 tickets for 2 shows. So 275 tickets were sold for the general public across 3 shows. And that's a low number. 575 and we talked about it. All the celebs coming in. Now, our show was like the celeb night. There were celebrities that went all 3 nights, but our night was the one that everybody. Robert De Niro was there. We didn't even see him come in. He might have been up there. He was there. Yeah.
So cool.
Block You Bear. The celebrities were attending the concert at Radio City Music Hall. So the Friday show at the Bowery were for the fans. Well, there's a lot of people complaining on Paul's Facebook fan pages about the tickets, and I'm like, it is what it is, Tony. What's your take on fans complaining about the lack of notice or whatever? It's Paul's decision.
They're secret gigs. They're not supposed to announce it. They're secret gigs. That's half the fun of it. And, you've got to be in it to win it. And that's it, really. It's always been like that. I went to one in 2007 here in London at the Roundhouse, which was announced on the day sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you poor guy. I can hear your voice struggling.
I know. I'm really struggling to get my voice up, but I'll keep going. But
the Roundhouse was another example. There's a lot of things, okay? We are very, very fortunate to live in the New York City area. So if something comes up like this and you get a little bit of luck, pun intended, you can get there. You can it's feasible to try. Even somebody like Joan, who lives 3 hours away, you can get there in a car ride. It's just I feel for people complaining. And there's plenty. I've only seen Paul 15 times now, but every one of those concerts is a great occasion. And something like this that we just had this week, that's going to be burned in our brains forever, man. All of it.
Okay, well, I have one gripe with that. I'm you guys, because I was kind of more on the opposite side of what you're saying, but you're convincing me. My one gripe is, were all of the 500 or like were all the 1,000 capacity venues like in use? You know, with 2,000 capacity,
Okay.
like they couldn't kick out, you know, whoever. Like it's Paul, right? Like, why did it need to be so exclusive? You know,
So it's such a small gig. Like why might play it at Webster Hall's a little bigger, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think Webster Hall's a little bit bigger, which is just across town, a couple blocks away. He could have played there. Could have played anywhere. Like he did say during the show, he thanked Nancy for putting a lot of it together. So perhaps Nancy had a lot to do with the organization of the booking and all that, you know, which wouldn't surprise me.
You know, I understand some of the fans getting a bit disgruntled about them, especially, you know, if they live out in the middle of nowhere where they don't even get any bands coming, whether it's, you know, secret gigs or not, you know, fully announced tours. You know, bands just don't go to those cities or whatever, or those towns. So they always have to travel miles and miles and miles to go to, you know, a big name gig.
Yeah.
So, you know, so people like that, I kind of understand, you know, but not in New York. I mean, you know, anyone who is anyone plays New York on a tour.
Yeah, and you've got to you can't half-ass it. If you're going to make a decision to go, you have to go all in and do what Heidi and I did, and get up at 4:00 in the morning and rough it out, and then the payoff is there. Joan says a lot of complaints have been made, and my reply is, okay, how would you do it? Tell me. Fair.
Yeah, it is fair because, you know, he can't do a gig in every city in the world. He just can't.
No,
do it.
I know people like it. People in the middle of the country, America, would be like, oh, I wish he would just show up to Ohio and do a gig unannounced, you know. But it's just, you know, logistically, New York. Paul's got, you know, his office. He's got an office there and everything. You know, it is what it is.
And also, to be fair, it was largely because of the SNL 50 thing. It wasn't like I'm just gonna throw a dart on the map and show up, you know.
Right. I mean, but from that moment on Tuesday at 12:00 when they announced the gig, I think everybody in Beatle world, who's probably in Paul land, is just probably like, "What is this?" You know. I mean, very, very, very exciting and very difficult to focus on what we were doing and everything else like that. But we did it. Nick's in Ohio. Peace and love, Nick. Peace and love, Nick. Sorry.
You were gonna offend someone.
I know. I'm sorry, but I get it. I get it, and I hope Nick would understand. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's just practical based on where Paul is going to be. Yes, Stephen Van Zandt was there, and if you've watched The Sopranos, the collective when he walked in was so funny. You know, because that's what he's known for. He's, other than being Bruce Springsteen's guitarist, he was there too with his wife. Blocky Bear says the folks that are complaining wouldn't be happy when those young fans moshing in a small club. Stick to big arena or stadium shows. Yeah. Oh, the mosh pitting. It was the only bad thing with this whole concert was the pushing and shoving. You know, that you know, and apparently the Lemon Twigs were there, and I was next to them. I don't even know who that band is.
No, they're great, Andy. I think you'd like them. If you're open minded, I'll send you some tracks.
Of course I am. Send them my way. I've heard of the Lemon Twigs, but if they were mosh pitting near me and I pushed them away, I'm sorry.
I from based on what I know of them, I doubt they would do that. But, you know, I don't want to defend them too much.
Yeah. Mom, hi. Sorry I'm late checking in. We have to go buy a dishwasher. Okay. All right. Still working on that thing. All right. Well, check in later. Susan Gagney. Good morning, Susan. There's our resident copyright guru in residence. Any news on more songwriting copyright, Susan? I think any performance from Paul at this point is a gift to us fans. He doesn't have to perform anywhere. No, he does not.
True.
No, he does not. Lynn saw Bob Dylan in a very small SRO venue in Detroit once, and mostly young people were there acting out and not listening to him and probably didn't even know who he was. Very annoying. Why go? Why go? James Boyce, don't get me started on fans talking through gigs. But Tony, you've told me this before. I always thought it was the UK don't do that. You said they do that now, right?
They do it all the time. all the time. It's not just American audiences. I can remember years ago being right up in the gods at the O2 in London, 2010 or 2012 or something like that. And there's this young fella, right, and he's in our row, and he must have gone like squeezed along the row maybe 6 or 7 times. Went out, got himself a pint of beer, come back, then he had to go out again because he needed a wee. Then he had to come back again. Then he had to go and get another pint of beer. And by the 5th time that he'd squeezed by, he's like, "I'm so sorry. I come from Brazil." He says. So I'm thinking, well, you've just come all the way from Rio to drink 6 pints of warm British beer up in the gods at the O2. It's Paul McCartney down there.
So I said, when the gig started, I'm like, look, get your merch, get your drink, get your beer, and don't move. Just that's it for the next whatever. Just you're there.
Mm-hmm. So I don't ever drink like during gigs anymore. When I was young, oh yeah, but not anymore because I don't want to miss anything. I don't have to find out that I've got, I'm standing like this, and I've got to go out, and
he's playing something. And you're in the middle
of miss. Maybe I'm amazed because I've got to go and have a wee. What sort of an excuse is that? So I'm not doing that. So no drinking during the gig, and that's it. And it's not just Paul McCartney fans. It's everyone. When you go to like standing venues, you've always got, the bloke standing behind you who knows the words to every single song that the artist is singing on stage, and he's singing them as loud as he can directly
into your ear.
My ear hole. In my ear hole.
Yeah, I know. These are the things you put up with when you go to concerts. They just are. Elliot's here. Hello, Elliot. Hi guys. My plan was to get online Thursday night and buy a ticket Friday morning, and then he put the tickets on Thursday morning. Game over. Yep. Mm-hmm. Brad says we have an SRO venue like that down called the Mercury Ballroom, but it actually holds 900. I would have done whatever I could to see a show if he popped up there, of course. James says the Lemon Twigs are great.
There you go.
Gonna have to check them out. Mm-hmm. Tony says, is it true that both Julian and Sean Lennon were there? Sean was there. I saw Sean. I looked up at Sean multiple times during Now and Then. I mean, that was absolutely amazing. Julian might have been there. Haven't seen any video footage of him going into the gig or not. Don't know. Yes, Jackson, Mac is going to be on. It's confirmed. He will be there tonight. Susan, in reply to the copyright, nothing new in copyright land. The end of March and early April being the next reversions. Well, please keep us up to date on what Paul gets back in his catalog. 40 says secret gigs to the ordinary fans, but not so secret for slubs and music industry insiders are hangers on. Yeah, but that's what happens. That's what happens. Tom Liverani. Good morning, Thomas. I like that the set list for all 3 shows varied a bit each night. Yeah, of course. See, and he's been doing that. Our night, we got Flaming Pie in every night. Fantastic. I love
out of all the kind of, ones you wouldn't expect, which was the least expected?
Every night.
Every night?
Every night. Every night. Now, but Tony, did you see that sound? Did you see that in London in a sound check? Or was it Flaming Pie? Or was it neither?
I don't remember seeing Flaming Pie. I think we saw it every
night, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
I think every night because
I remember.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to ask Boyan because he remembers these things.
Yeah, I mean, every night's been a sound check song, but to see it in a gig, in an intimate gig like that with a lot of people, that intimate was pretty awesome.
But has he been playing Flaming Pie in shows?
Sound check.
Sound check. Okay.
It's been a sound check song. Got Joan here. Oh, important to mention how amazing it was to have no cell phones, mobile phones, not looking through a sea of screens and no distractions. How beautiful for me, and I imagine for Paul. He even mentioned it. He did. Mm-hmm. I think it was after Let It Be, I think, and he was just like, look at this, no phones. And people applauded it. But as we know, somebody snuck a phone in there because something's out there. There's a leak. There's a leak of the recording. Don't know who that was, but somebody had a phone on them. Yeah, I mean, what do you guys think about that in terms of like, I think that would be a great policy for all artists moving forward. Like whether it's a 500-person gig or 60,000 at MetLife Stadium, lock your phones away. Like I don't know if there's a policy, a one umbrella policy for that. Like, because we talked about this, I think with Tom during the week. How often do you look back at your phone and look at the pictures and videos you took at a concert? Not too often, right?
No.
So get your little Bob Dylan does it great. Every show you go to the Bob show, you get the Yonder case, you drop it in there, and you enjoy the concert. And I think every artist should do that.
And I think more people are appreciating that too, and young people included are acknowledging the benefit that has.
What that not having a phone?
Yeah. Because that's something that, for most folks, it's like, oh, I remember when concerts used to be like this. And for younger folks, they're like, I can't believe concerts can be like this because they never experienced anything different.
Right. And that's how it was. Hello, John. John says, my last McCartney concert was in 2017, was ruined by a talker. Guy next to me started a fight with him and security stepped in to break it up. Well, again, alcohol does not really help the situation if you're going to get pissed at a gig.
And where was that, John?
Yeah, where was that show, John? Jack Gill. Hello, Jack. It's the notice me Instagram generation. I stopped going to gigs for the most part.
That is it. And it always used to be that, if you went to a gig and you didn't, post a picture of all the gear on stage before the band came on, waiting for the band to come on, and then you took a few pictures, a few videos during the gig. If you didn't post that on your social media, you weren't there. You weren't there.
Right.
Never happened.
It was like compulsory.
I mean, talk about a mental.
Maybe that culture is changing.
Maybe it's Kyle's point. Maybe the younger fans are appreciating a real, true, authentic concert experience by not having the phones.
Well, I mean, this is purely anecdotal, but one woman I spoke to outside, I mean, she must have, like, I'm 26, maybe she was around my age, a little younger. She was upset that she was like, I live right across the street and I didn't find out about this gig because I have a flip phone. And I was just, and she only found out by like literally looking out her window or walking across the street and seeing this big crowd. So, they're out there. I mean, yeah.
I do think we'll get back to it at some point. They're never going to go away. But I mean, it really isn't an addiction. I mean, the dopamine things that fire off when people post it. Oh, I'm at a gig. Let me post it. Let me see who saw it. Let me see who's commenting on it. Instead of being in the moment and forgetting about the bleeding device and just appreciate everything that you're watching, the stage, the ambiance, everything. No, I've got to see how many people liked my picture and commented on it. Like, really?
It's
Come on.
performative.
Yeah.
So at some point, I have two topics if you want to start to jump into those.
Let me just catch up with some comments, and then we'll jump into Kyle's topic.
Standing by.
Let's just do that, and then before we do that, I'm going to get another coffee before we do that.
Okay.
If you don't, now that we have two people on, I can step away. You see? And
there you go.
Get a refill. Brad, did you guys see the pic that James McCartney shared with he and Zach Starkey? They have been recording together, and James has a nice Ricky like his pop. Haven't really seen that. I don't know if you guys have either. I don't really follow kids' careers too much. You all know that, though. Kyle?
Yeah, I'm aware. I mean, I think it would be. Do you think it would be a little bit too kitschy if they all managed to get on the same page and you had like James, Zach, and Sean and Danny, like even like one project? I mean, not that I feel like they would be totally just drowning under the shadow of their fathers, but it would be maybe it'd be cute.
I guess. Tony?
No, you can't. You can't give someone a record deal on the basis of DNA.
No.
There's got to be talent there. I think Julian Lennon has got talent to a certain extent. I mean, the McCartney girls are all talented in their fields. It's just not musical. Just not musical.
Right. They're photographer, fashion designer.
Very, very successful.
In their own right.
Yeah. Sean, I feel like Sean Sean's music I should, try a bit harder with, but I think that it might be just a little bit too out there for me. I think
Yeah.
I'm just not sure.
Just not into
I'm
it.
not a
More-
big fan. I'm not a big fan of dance music, and from what I've heard, a lot of it, is a lot of sort of dancey sort of stuff. So
We can't have you foray into the kids' music because I'm still working on proggy rock with you and Genesis, and yes, so we have to put that aside and get Tony O on the prog train.
Yeah.
Boyan said, as I said to Tony a few days ago, the poor guy got to hear me knowing all the words, singing along all the songs in London. Sorry to him and Mrs. Biddley Tone, my mum. Yeah, it's okay, Boyan. It's okay.
it was fine. We were so close to the front, Boyan, that I couldn't hear a word you were singing. It was so loud where we were. So no worries.
Well, there's only one way that Paul
Yeah,
can
and
actually
you couldn't-
avoid.
And it meant you couldn't hear me either.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Flaming Pie was the first night in London, and every night was both nights in London. Thank you. And knew he would know it off the top of his head. Mrs. Beatley Tone, we saw every night at the sound check in London. See, there she Kim, thank you very much there for helping your hubby out. Susan wants to see Phones Band at all concerts. Agree. Doc Docus, hi Doc. Everybody wants to be the first to post on YouTube, etc., etc. Yep. Elliot, when he saw the Misfits at the Prudential Center in Newark, they locked up our phones. There we go. The show that John was talking about, to Tony's question, was at the Nassau Coliseum in New York, out on Long Island. Blocky Bear says, I stopped going to gigs because I'm old, plus tickets are too expensive these days. $1,000 for a ticket? Nope, I'm good.
Can't argue with that.
Nope. Any chance Paul recorded the 3 shows? Well, his photographer and video people were there. So I am sure it's documented, and just like everything else, it's in the archives, it's in the vaults, just like everything else. Okay, it looks like people are ready. All right, so Kyle, if you want to start introing, I'm going to get another cup of coffee. If you want to just talk to Tony, I'm going to get a refill. I'll be right back.
Oh, don't mind if I do.
Go ahead.
Well, one of my topics, I mean, both my topics are for all 3 of us. Oh, that reminds me. I did have something I wanted to ask you personally. So every so often when I come on the live, I kind of update Andy on some like moments from the Legacy book that really stood out to me. You don't necessarily need to have gotten up to this part to speak on it yet. But if you don't mind me spoiling something small.
Yeah,
Whatever-
go for it. It's fine.
What the beauty of this book is, even if I spoil small
You won't be
moments-
able. You won't be able to spoil it in the level of detail.
Exactly.
It would make it a real spoiler because that that book, the devil's in the detail, isn't it?
It's jam packed.
That's the thing that makes it, makes it so fantastic. So go ahead. Yeah.
So get this. So Paul and Wings with still like Jeff Britton and all are recording Letting Go, and Paul has, with all of Venus and Mars, has this very fixed idea of what he wants this song to be in his mind, and they record take after take after take, and he asks the band, he asks Jeff Britton, he says, "So Jeff, what do you think?" And he normally doesn't do that. Normally it's like Paul either likes it or doesn't like it, and Jeff just like puffs out his chest and he's like, "We nailed it." And so then Paul says, all right. So he tells his roadie to go back to his house, grab an Al Green record, and bring it back to the studio. And then, I don't know which one it was, but it might have been like, the big one from like 73 or whatever. Yeah, thank you. So they put that on the turntable, play that, play Letting Go, play that, play Letting Go. And then Paul goes, yeah, we got it. And so apparently Kozin mentioned, and also Jeff Britton mentioned, it had a lot to do with the drumming. So as a drummer, like, could you really see any similarity between Letting Go or any of Jeff Britton's drumming and Al Green?
I have already got past that bit anyway. So
Good.
So that was that. So that was fine. Yeah, there is a slight similarity, but I wasn't aware up until that point that was the drum sound that he was after until he because it's that kind of the kick drum snare. Boom, down, down. It's similar. It's not the same. It's not the same, but drumming is about feel, isn't it? So
Yeah. I
uh,
just thought that was so interesting that Jeff thought he nailed the audition because he was listening to a lot of Al Green, which just happened to be what Paul was listening to too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Lucky break.
Hmm.
It's looking lucky break.
Thanks for holding it down there, gentlemen. So,
Yeah.
That's all
Okay.
right. We've just changed the name of the show now. It's now Four Legs. And
oh, okay. That
Yeah,
sounds
there you
good.
go.
All right, there, Kyle. Would you like to now go into your first
Yeah.
topic today?
Yeah, so I have two topics. One of them a little quicker than the other. I want to start with the one that I didn't preview to you guys about.
Please.
So, in all you may recall that there was other exciting Paul news aside from this surprise gig this year that Venus and Mars is getting the 50th anniversary Half Speed Master, and to me, that we kind of saw coming. I found the most exciting bit to be, he said, and stay tuned for more Wings releases this year.
Oh yeah.
So what I would like to do is do a little snake draft of the three of us. We each choose 3 things that we think that release is going to be. And if you're feeling a little crazy, we can put something on the line.
Like what? Like money?
No, not money. It would be something more fun than that. Like, I don't know, like you can only listen to Yvonne's the One for a whole day and you can't listen to any other music.
Oh, okay. I like that. I like that.
Something to that effect.
So what? All right. So what 3 things we think that those more Wings things are coming in
Yeah,
2025?
but so it's a draft. So we each pick 3 different things. Like if you pick first, I'll pick second, then Tony picks the next 2, and then it'll come back to me and then you. So like the snake draft. So it's like fair.
Yep. Sure. All right. Well, who wants to go first? Tony?
okay. Well, there's a couple of things that I've thought that might happen because obviously we don't have a time period for this, but there might. One of the things that I did think was next year with the Half Speed Master. I think that because there's 2 Speed of Sound and Wings Over America anniversaries in 2026. So I'm wondering whether we might get one of those. Well, obviously Speed of Sound, we might get like a little bit early. So maybe we'll get that at the end of this year, maybe. Just to leave some space for, especially if there is a new Paul album, to leave some space for Wings Over America, which is obviously a triple album and expensive, to come, next year. Next year, I mean, the obvious thing for me is London Town archival box set, Back to the Egg archival box set, as a standalone, and then a big box including all the live stuff from '79. So because it just makes complete sense, because it's in line with what they did, with 71, 73. They had 2 albums got the full box set treatment, and then there was a live album in its entirety and stuff like that. So I really do think that release, people won't like it. People won't like it because it will be expensive.
Yeah.
But people have been going on about London Town and Back to the Egg for so long. They're going to have to suck it up because they want it. They've wanted it for so long. Get saving, kids.
So, Tony, you're giving us some good ammo here, but your first pick is Speed of Sound in the end of the year.
Could be, yeah.
Okay, top of the leaderboard. Andy, how about you go? And I'll go twice.
Okay. I'm going to say right now a surefire bet for the end of the year is going to be the Man on the Run documentary film.
Okay, but do you think that's what they're referring to in the email?
I think yes, I do.
Okay.
I do.
That's a good one.
I think that is, yes, I do think that could, people immediately go to albums, right? But we know that film is being worked on right now and that it's looking like a late 2025 release. So I think that might be under this umbrella of more Wings content for 2025. So I'm going to go with that first.
That's a good one. Okay, so hilariously, I'm not prepared, so I'm just going to kind of talk and see what comes out of my mouth.
That's fine.
So, for my first pick, give me a digital release of One Hand Clapping. Streaming, like not DVD.
Okay, you mean but it is, isn't it already streaming?
It is here.
Wait, that you can get it like on demand?
No, not on demand.
You mean
yeah, you can actually. You can.
The film.
Oh, the film. You want the film. You want the film available. Okay,
yeah. So basically, on Boxing Day, we had the entire what people went to cinemas to see, the introduction from Paul, the full DVD, the backyard tapes, and then the exit chat from Paul as well.
Right.
So that has been out on Sky Arts, and Sky Arts they rerun programs every 6 or 8 weeks or whatever, but you can watch it whenever you like on catch up. So
I'm just thinking more of like a Hulu, a Disney Plus,
yeah, something like that where it's there. Now, Tony, that's going to be probably up on Sky On Demand only for a limited amount of time, right? Then it's going to probably get pulled down. Can't think it'll be up there forever, right?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
And again, if you have the Band on the Run archive, you've got the same film. You've got the film.
Yeah.
One Hand Clapping, but Kyle would want a streaming version of the film, which even despite its crappy grainy quality,
yeah, there was no visual improvement to the Band on the Run thing. I didn't think,
to be expected. Okay, so next one for me, this one's a heart pick. Give me London Town box set, because I'll be wrong, but I'll be wrong for the 100th time, and I will hold on hope.
Well, I mean, and that's it. Listen, the odds are that one of those are going to be, if not both of them, bundled together by the end of the year. Because what else? What other? Let's be frank here. What else can we really expect that we don't know of? Maybe of Wings content, maybe cold cuts. I mean, who knows? I'm not going to give that as one of my choices. But what else could somebody had said in the chat? A complete Wings Over Europe. Elliot said Wings Over Europe complete version, and you only got that if you got the big barn box. So you can't get that, and which is, I know, I love that live recording. Kyle, I don't know if you've heard that, but
I've heard parts of it.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot of people that complain about the artificial crowd noise being pumped into there a little bit and things like that, but I know Tony's got it, and I think Tony, you enjoy that live a little. I mean, to get that high quality recording from Wings in '72 and some of '73, because there's a bunch of both tours mixed into that set list, isn't there?
Yeah.
But do you feel like they're going chronologically now, or do you expect that they could take a step back? Because I feel like with One Hand Clapping, they literally went Band on the Run, One Hand Clapping, Venus and Mars. So I don't know. To me, it just doesn't feel like they would go back to Wings Over Europe.
Probably not. But I mean, the chronologically thing went out the window the year that this campaign started, because he started it in 2010 with Band on the Run because it was his most successful album.
True.
So there is no chronologic. He's doing them based on sales, popularity. Like, I did not think in 2020 we were going to get Flaming Pie. I mean, that just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So, but it's a very enticing headline when Paul dropped that about Venus and Mars on the website. I mean, everybody went to that right to that comment and said, "Ooh, more Wings content for 2025." And what do we all think? We think London Town and Back to the Egg.
That's what our hearts think, but I feel like there's got to be something super clear, that we're missing. That I think like just them claiming Man on the Run is totally an option.
Yeah. Let's can we? Ooh, you all right, mate? Poor guy. Can we get some comments and we'll continue our conversation?
Sure, please.
Cool. Like to make sure we get everybody spotlighted here. Block Bear says the live stuff in 1979, especially the concert for Campuchia, would be part of the Back to the Egg box set. Yes, it would. Dino V. Hi, Dino. Hi, guys. Congrats to Andy, Heidi, and Joan getting to see Paul on a gold badge. To Kyle for filming outside frostbite, snow, and freezing temperatures. 'Twas great to watch. Certainly was. Hello, Nick Syrette. I know I'm in the minority, but I want to see a press to play archive with all its related goodies. That could be a bundle. That could be huge. That thing.
That would have been my pick if it wasn't a Wings clue.
You would have said that, right? You would have said press to play. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Block says fingers crossed for a 4K mix of anthology on Disney Plus at the end of the year.
I wouldn't say no at press to play either.
No, you can't. Oh, let's see here. Got a question. Hold on. Here we go. That's a good one. James Martinez says wings over Australia. That would be cool because there's some pro shot footage of that tour.
Yeah.
It's not in great quality, but that would be a cool project.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very good suggestion there, James. Question for Kyle from John. How and when did Kyle become a fan of Paul McCartney?
That is a great question. I would say it was definitely at some point in college. You know what? This is probably a weird one, but I think that I saw this like colorized film of old Beatles concert footage. Does that ring a bell, or did I like dream this?
Well, from what show? Like the Cavern or?
No, it was like their big like concerts like up until like Shea, and it was like, you know, would have been in black and white, but they like colorized it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I have to double check it, but for some reason that just like made it all feel so vivid and just got me into it, and then it went from Beatles to McCartney, and I just think I was studying abroad in Sweden, just had a lot of time on my hands and big tug of war headphones. Just found a list of best McCartney albums and went off to the races.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Dino agrees with Nick. The super questionnaire man. Forget Wings Archive. Give us the underappreciated press to play.
Yes. And then Yvonne's the One will come out.
And then it all comes back to Yvonne the One. So, you want to continue, buddy? I think we're all pretty much all caught up.
Yes. Okay. So Andy, you pick one, and then Tony, you pick two.
All right. So I've said Man on the Run. Let's see. By the end of the year, I don't want to sound boring, but it could. I'm probably going to go London Town and Back to the Egg. I don't know what else there. Realistically, it could be other than that coming out. It could be the year. I love the Australia thing, but again, the article said Wings. So what's left for Wings in the archive stuff? Those two albums. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that for my second one.
Okay. Why didn't you choose Wings over Australia?
Because I think the demand. I think Paul's people know that the fans want these two albums.
True.
I mean, they have to know.
Mm-hmm. All right, Tony. So you're picking. So you picked one. Now you're picking your picks 2 and 3.
Okay. Yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, I think that there's there's 2 standalone box sets and a big box set to be had from London Town and Back to the Egg, or the sort of, the 1979 Wings era. You got concert for I was going to say Bangladesh then, concert for Kampuchea. You've got the live at Glasgow gigs we know were both recorded. So it would make absolute perfect sense to be able to do a triple box set that would get 3 things out of the way. I don't know, but I think it would be really that would be a really good. It would make it in line with the Big Bum box. It just makes perfect sense to me. I do really like. I'm pretty sure I've seen Wings over Australia. I think we got it here in about 1979.
Yeah,
I think they was it called Wings Over the World at one time?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. I think Man on the Run will be good. I've read the book, but with everything, especially when you've got things like McCartney legacy. I always feel like that a documentary, it can't tell enough of the story. It can't tell enough of the story in a couple of hours. It's a big story, and it can't tell it properly. So I think it will be great to see it, but I think ultimately hardcore fans will be disappointed.
Either way. Sidebar here. Blocky Bear says, Tony, if you get a small bottle of Jack Daniels, a coffee mug, pour half of that along with lemon, honey, sugar, pour it in a pot, warm it up, and drink it. It'll kill that cough.
I wish it was that easy.
You gotta get a Lemsip too. Get some Lemsip and just stir it all up.
Do it live on air. All right, Andy, last pick.
Okay, last pick. I think that this, continuing in the vein of like the small one-off kind of archival project, but not big box set, I'll say that it's going to be finally Cold Cuts.
Oh,
Cold Cuts will
I
come
would
out.
love that. Cage is a Cold Cut, right?
Yes, I'll say Cold Cuts because it's a small project. It follows the pattern that Paul has done the last year or two with these small releases, Band on the Run underdubbed, small package out, one hand clapping, archival project, small thing out. This fits that box perfectly. And Cold Cuts could fit that. Maybe he's tried to release it, 4 or 5 times between the 70s and the early 80s. That would be an awesome small project that would work very, very well. And we get Cage for the first time. So we wouldn't get it. Maybe we wouldn't get London Town. We wouldn't get Back to the Egg, but we'd get Cage officially released, which, God, that needs to be out.
I'm with you on that. This would be a great freaking year if we got Cold Cuts and a new McCartney album.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that would be unreal.
Now we're cooking.
For my last pick, we're going back to the picture show. All of us in the theaters watching Rock Show.
Ooh, somebody just said that. Rock Show.
Oh, wait. Nice.
David.
Jinx.
So,
But no, yeah, I'm talking in theaters.
but it's already gotten released. Did you not see it in theaters in 2013 when it got released?
What?
Yeah. Rock Show came out. I saw it.
Wait, what was it like?
It was great. It was the cleaned up version. When Wings Over America Archive came out in 2013, Rock Show got a limited screening in cinemas. I know it's limited cinemas in America. I went by myself. Yeah, I saw it. Tony, did you?
I didn't, not in 2013, but in 1981, I did go to the UK premiere of Rock Show at the Dominion Theatre. Is it Dominion? Yeah, it was the Dominion Theatre in London, and Paul, Linda, and Denny were all there, plus a load of other celebrities. Cheers.
There you go, Mrs. Beatley Tone.
Jack Daniels, hold the lemon.
I'm a bit worried that this has got lemon in it and bits and pieces. It might actually have half a bottle of Jack Daniels in it.
Good. Kill that thing, man. Kill it. Yeah, so Kyle, you weren't aware that Rock Show was in theaters already?
I didn't. I knew it was on DVD. I knew it was in the box set. I did not know it had a limited theatrical release.
It was
But hey,
was
it's been
great.
12 years. I'll stick to my guns, you know.
Okay, well, 12 years ago, you were 14, so I get it.
Not on my radar.
No.
Yeah, but I'm just going off. We'll see. Our screening was packed on one hand clapping. There was many screenings to choose from. Like, so it was, for a limited release, it had like a lot of theaters in New York City. So yeah, I'm counting. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, Rock Show in the theaters, like going to see the show live. It was incredible. To watch it in a small cinema was awesome.
Yeah, give me that in IMAX. Let's do it.
Yeah. James Boyce, here we go. I saw Rock Show in the cinema in 2013. I have the film poster that the cinema manager let me have. It's on my hallway wall. Yeah, that was really different because you heard the mixing was quite different than the original Rock Show VHS from back in the day, or even what Tony saw it in '81. Things were a lot different. I thought Linda's vocals were brought down a little bit in this new cut of it. And I have to put the Blu-ray in to watch it again. Because, it's on YouTube, so it's just easy. The original version's on YouTube, but the Blu-ray upgrade, it sounds much different than the original one that Tony, you saw in 1981. And do you feel by 1981 that was like, I've often read that in McCartney books. I'm like, that's 5 years after the tour, and now we're going to actually have the world premiere of Rock Show 5 years later?
Thought it was mad at the time. It was like getting the Back to the Egg videos shown on TV in 1982 or something.
Yeah.
It's the 7 Back to the Egg videos or whatever it was.
But
yeah, it was great to be able to go to the, go to the premiere, and
and that was
take their bow.
And that was before Wings formally dissolved, right?
Yeah, well, I think it was April 1981. It was.
Well, no, I think
I've got the ticket in the house somewhere. I'll try and find it.
I'd be very curious when that screening was, because I know that April of '81 is when Paul finally announced Wings was over. So I wonder if that was his last hurrah with Denny Lane, seeing them at the premiere, and then basically it was over after that. Interesting. Okay, Kyle, you want to jump into topic number 2?
Topic number 2. Okay, so this is still relevant because Ringo's album "Look Up" is still being discussed, still being listened to, still being listened to live, like Andy and the crew. So I thought of, why does Paul get to miss out on all the fun? Paul obviously needs more attention, right? So I asked these gents to come up with some ideas that we are going to collaborate on a dream Paul country album. That it's a compilation of, all of his tracks from his whole career, whether it's Beatles or I Lost My Little Girl or up to present day. And just to kind of give a tip off to some of my picks, because we are confined to Paul's existing catalog and don't have, T-Bone Burnett writing us songs.
Right.
We are thinking of country and also Paul in the widest possible sense. And I'm going to make a Spotify playlist so that, for anybody interested, they can listen to it after the fact.
Very cool. Very cool.
Would I be a complete Philistine by suggesting that, as great as T-Bone Burnett is as a songwriter, he's not in the same league as Paul McCartney, though, is he?
No, that's why this album will probably still be better than Look Up.
Yeah.
As much as we love Look Up.
Yeah.
And also, I hope this chat, chimes in too.
Please, we can include Beatles songs too, right? And full disclosure, I did not prepare. I'm making this list up on the fly right now.
I could only come up with 3 out and out Paul solo country songs.
Well, let's start with the easy ones then.
I'm hoping we can include Beatles songs because there's some absolute belters in those from the country Macca.
So
yes.
we can't do this, exactly on Spotify, but I want to dream of it as like a side 1, side 2.
I've got 7. I've just thought of 7 right now in the first 30 seconds. I need like 4 more.
Well, hey, we're collaborating. Come on.
Okay, all right.
Okay. So let's get some of the easy ones out of the way.
Okay.
So what do we? Country Dreamer.
Yes, agree.
Okay.
Country Dreamer, yes.
Sally G.
Sally G, absolutely. Mother Nature's Son.
It might be quicker if I write these down. Country.
Absolute quality song.
Mother Nature, you could put that under the country umbrella ish, right? Mother Nature's Son, maybe.
I'm in.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Ooh, I like this. Yeah, Elliot and Tony both said One More Kiss.
One More Kiss. Ooh, that's a great one.
Yeah, good one. Okay.
Get it?
Get it?
Your Way is on my list.
Good one. Yes. Tony, do you agree?
With Get It?
No, with Your Way.
Oh, Your Way. Yes. Brilliant song.
Good one.
Yes.
I've got one that's kind of a left field choice, but maybe it's got a little bit of. I mean, feel free to veto it. How about? Well, this is an obvious one. Heart of the Country. That's obvious. But here's one. I'm thinking Rough Ride.
Yeah,
I think we'll have room for others. I think I just
popped into my head.
I'll put it on.
Just leave it to the side for now. I mean, and how many tracks are we talking? A proper album, 12 tracks,
12,
13?
12 tracks.
Let's do 12.
Okay, 12. All right.
Oh, Walking in the Park with Eloise would be pretty.
Hey
good.
Diddle.
Oh, Hey Diddle, yeah. Did we say Mama's Little Girl?
No, add that in there.
Yeah. Mama's Little Girl.
We got enough. We got enough tracks here to make a double album now.
He ones up Ringo by making a double album here.
Man, we was lonely.
Oh
yes.
my gosh. You guys are all
Yes.
coming out with these. I love it.
Oh, sorry, Nick. Sorry, Nick answered this. Would Get It qualify? Kyle or Tony? Yes or no?
I think it would qualify as a country song. It probably wouldn't make my top 12 in a compilation, but it's. I don't think we can deny that it's country enough.
I mean, I think it kind of belongs on the list. It's.
I think it belongs. Yeah.
I mean, I'm Googling because I'm afraid to sound stupid, but it's Carl Perkins, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Yeah. Let's add it.
Rocky Raccoon from the White Album.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of Western.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to hear some? I've been sitting on this for a while, so I have some crazy ones. Okay. Yeah.
Go.
Put it there, Elliot. I also.
I had put it there on mine.
Yeah. Okay. Ready? So try this one on for size. Sure to Fall from Stop and Smell the Roses. Paul produces it. He plays bass. He plays piano. Lawrence Juber's on it. Linda's on it. How far do we want to reach?
You're thinking right outside the box. You're picking up the box. You're screwing the box up into 1,000 pieces and chucking it out, aren't you?
I make the rules.
I like the choice. I wouldn't choose Ringo's version. I would choose the Beatles versions from the BBC, live at the BBC. I take that version with Paul singing it.
Okay, that's a compromise.
I would take the Beatles version of Sure to Fall because that's definitely got a country feel. Although I love your having Ringo because Paul, there's elements of Wings all over that track, which is cool.
Yeah. I didn't sleep at all last night. Just was thinking of this.
Elliot's just suggested Mama's Little Girl.
Mama's Little Girl, which we had.
100% in on my country.
100% Mama's Little Girl. How many tracks are we up to?
14. I know.
Are we whittling it down? Oh, God, Nick. I'll follow the sun.
Oh, good Lord. Okay.
God, of course.
So another one. Okay, I have two more out of the box ones.
Go.
So I feel like we can't have Sally G without Send Me the Heart.
Oh, why?
Because in Nashville they had Denny and Paul had a country songwriting competition,
Right.
where Sally G was Paul's submission and Send Me the Heart was Denny's.
Yeah.
And you can hear, I mean, Paul does beautiful harmony singing in Send Me the Heart.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's not a bad track, but if you've got to choose one or the other, it's like because it was it was what's going to be the B-side of Junior's Farm. All right, you lot go home over the weekend and write a song.
Yeah.
Whoever's got the best one will be the B-side. And when when it's Paul McCartney, I mean, you got no chance of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But,
It's the same, just like the Good Night Tonight competition. Go ahead and try something and come back with this.
But hey, if we already have 15 Paul lead vocals tracks, so that I'm fine with sticking to just a pure Paul country album.
Okay. God, we've got some other good ones here. Dino said Rain Clouds.
Rain Clouds, I think, is
There's so many.
So many now. Lock You on the Wings of a Nightingale, which is only out on boot. Brad says, I'm looking through you. I mean, that could be on there too. Little Woman Love, I wouldn't say.
Through you, definitely.
I wouldn't say Little Woman Love, but I'm looking through you for sure. Nick says, not sure what Babies in Black. That's got a
more of a waltz.
that's a waltz 3/4 time thing.
I have one. Okay, if we can each have one that we're like, whatever's the opposite of a veto, like if this has to be on. Mine is Movie Mag.
Meaning like it has to be on the playlist.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, I'm not as obstinate. I'm pretty.
Movie Mag.
Right? Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah. Movie Mag.
Picture show.
Oh.
I mean, are we? Am I getting a double veto? Am I sensing a?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I'm all for that.
No, but we've totally ignored Bluebird which has just
Oh
been
my gosh.
mentioned in the comments.
And Blackbird.
I think we're stretching the envelope here a little bit now.
Well, I think it's very easy to stretch the country envelope, which is something that we found when we actually heard Ringo's country album.
Right.
I think if you play in a kind of a a kind of a lightweighted acoustic sort of sing along song, it's easily the distance isn't that far between an acoustic ballad and maybe a country ballad.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
I mean, doesn't that have
I made an executive decision and added Dino's Choice. That would be something.
Okay.
But this is obviously the long list. But did Beyonce bless Blackbird as a country song? I mean, or is it officially a country song because she put it on her country album?
No.
And no is a complete sentence.
No. Elliot said, "Deliver your children." That might be stretching it a little bit.
folk, maybe?
Folky. That's more folky than country.
So what about "Oh Woman Oh Why"? Slide guitar, a little bit more faster paced one.
I think that's rock blues to me.
Rock
Yeah.
blues. Yeah, I'm with
Yeah.
that.
Rock blues. Nick says, "Lonesome Town."
I love Lonesome Town. I'll do anything for Lonesome Town.
Lonesome Town. I think has to be in the conversation.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, let me have a look at this album here, shall we? Hold on.
Oh yeah, there you go. We can add some of those. Oh goodness. We're at 21, by the way.
Brilliant. It's a box set.
It's a box
Yeah.
set. This is the OG one too, by the way. This is the one from Japan. This is the real one.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I mean, Blue Moon of Kentucky. These are covers. I mean, they're always in there. That version of That Would Be Something on here definitely has a country vibe to it, I think, for sure. That whole other arrangement. I'm going to submit I Lost My Little Girl. I submit that's going to be my movie mag, Kyle.
Really? Oh, that's
Yes.
your movie.
That's
Okay.
my movie mag. That has to be on the list for me. I
Wait,
Lost
so-
My Little Girl.
Wait, the MTV recording of That Would Be Something you said is country?
Yes, this one.
Okay.
The one
Gotcha.
from this. Yeah.
I got you. All right, just making because I think that's on Spotify, so I'll make a parenthetical.
Yeah.
So we're at 22, gentlemen. So
Wow.
when do we want to start whittling down?
Now we need to whittle it down.
Oh goodness.
Hello, Joe Manton. And if we're doing, I say let's follow the proper Parlophone Beatles format and do 14 tracks, 7 on one side and 7 on the other. Forget the 12. That's an American thing. Let's do 14 tracks like a proper Beatles album, so we get 2 more. Then you see, and then we could follow the Beatles format and have a single release from that and have 2 other songs. You see, so you could have the country album and then the country standalone single with 2 more songs to get it to 16.
And that would probably be our movie mag, and I Lost My Little Girl.
Yes. Let's if you guys agree. If you guys agree. The MVP is here.
Hello.
Hi, Heidi.
Hello.
So, do we want to kind of go back to like the ones that we're kind of sure of?
Yes.
So Country Dreamer, Sally G. I'm just kind of scanning for the ones that are definitively country. So Country Dreamer, Sally G. Feel free to shout anything out. Heart of the Country.
Heart of the Country.
I've just had a thought. I haven't heard it mentioned. Has anyone mentioned I Will
No.
from the White Album?
Goodness gracious.
That's got to be nailed on.
I will. Okay, that's your.
That's my insistence.
Okay,
Instance.
so okay.
Oh my goodness.
Who
Okay.
knows how long?
Yep. Mother Nature's Son, you got that too.
All right, so that's a definitive. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 6 so far. Get It? Are we saying Get It's for sure in there?
Let's push Get It to the side for now and see
Okay.
if there's room for it. Because you've got Carl on there.
Sure to Fall BBC.
Tony.
Not for me. Not with everything else that's there.
Mhm.
Okay,
We've
let's
only
put it
got
to the
14,
side. Let's put it to the
Okay.
side.
Lonesome Town and Blue Moon of Kentucky.
I need a visual. I need to like see these things like on
Okay.
a spreadsheet.
Let me
Yeah.
share my screen or something.
Please,
Yeah.
can you do that?
Yeah. Okay. Can I do that? Let's
You
see.
can.
Present.
Yeah, go to
Share
present,
screen.
go to share screen. Visual
Okay.
learner here.
Window, Spotify.
Yeah, and there should be a tab, and then just open that, and then I'll add this.
All right,
There
y'all,
we go.
Don't judge my what's it called? I'm trying to learn more about Egyptian music, so don't judge me.
Okay, it's fine.
Well, we can talk about that later, but it's a funny story. Okay, so Country Dreamers in.
All right. Where's the album?
It's on my pen and paper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry, because you guys were going so fast, I couldn't keep up.
I know. Sorry. We've got so we all agree 14 tracks and a standalone single. Yeah,
Sure.
Tony.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Heart of the
This is
Country.
fun. This is like a Paul Country album. I love this idea, man.
It flowed out. It came out like we had no hesitation.
Yeah, Heart of the Country's got to be in there.
Yeah.
But then sequencing the album, picking the tracks is one thing, but then sequencing it, that's a whole other thing.
So I'm just gonna go down my list in the order we thought of it to make it easier. So
Go ahead.
One more kiss. What do we say? Hold or definitely put in.
Hold.
Okay.
Hold.
Your Way.
In.
I love.
As
Loves
long
the
as
Driving Rain.
we have to agree on this though. We all have to agree.
Yeah.
So if we don't, you got to elbow it.
I'm in.
Okay. Your Way is in.
Your Way is in.
Next.
Get It. We said pass for now.
For now. Sorry, Nick. He's so defensive about Get It.
I'm with you, Nick, but I'm outvoted right now. So what's it called? So Rough Ride.
Elbow.
Okay. Hey Diddle.
Nah.
Side.
Side. Mama's Little Girl.
In.
Mama's Little Girl. Okay. So next we have bad radio. Man We Was Lonely. Oh, that's good.
I reckon.
How many tracks are we up to?
Great question.
If we get 15 or 16, we can whittle back down.
True. But yeah, so this is just the first pass or the second pass.
Okay.
So we got so I was up. So we said Mama's Little Girl,
Yes.
and you asked how many.
Right. You added it. It's there.
Oh,
You
it's
added
there?
it.
That's
You
fine.
already added it. Yeah. Go
Okay,
back to
okay.
go back to the album.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Your playlist. 1, 2, 3, 4,
4.
6. It looks like
Oh,
there's
we were
there.
up to Man We Was Lonely. That's what you asked about.
Right. Okay. Man, We Was Lonely. Yes or no?
Infamy.
Yeah, in for me.
In.
Infamy.
We got also we didn't even think of anything from like the 2010s. Like, isn't there some good stuff on like Egypt Station that's kind of country?
I don't think so.
No. Okay, come back to me. Rocky Raccoon. Oh, Esher Demo.
I don't know. If we're gonna do White Album tracks, I lean toward more Mother Nature's Son's got to be on there than Rocky Raccoon.
Okay, well we already did Mother Nature's Son, so let's
All right.
pass to Rocky Raccoon. I say
Fine.
put it there. I think very family, right?
Tony, how do you feel about Put It There?
Put it there. I love it.
Okay.
Is it country? I'm not sure. But
Mm,
I'm not going to argue against it. Put it there is going to make any album stronger.
mm-hmm. Oh, Dino's helping me out. Happy With You is a good kind of country one.
Kind of.
So let's put it in for now, and then we'll
Okay.
come back. Yeah. So Sure to Fall BBC. I think we said pass for this one right now.
Yep.
I'll Follow the Sun.
Oh.
Nick's in such an argumentative mood today.
He is, isn't he?
He's
The
making me
bugger.
laugh. He's making me
The bugger. I'll Follow the Sun. Yay or nay?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying yeah because it's a good representation from this
Yes.
era too.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Rain Clouds.
No.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm looking through. I'm looking through you. I feel like that's kind of, you know, that
If
takes
we're
the
gonna
same
do Rubber
spot.
Soul, I'd lean more towards I've Just Seen a Face than I'm looking through you.
Oh, really?
Yes, American Rubber Soul. Sorry,
Yeah,
but that's just me. Feel free to elbow it.
yeah. Let me write it down because I don't have it on here. Um, okay. Bluebird.
No.
Okay. That would be something MTV. I'm saying yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It's got to be Universal though. So
And
Tony.
I mean Tony.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's in for me.
I mean, I like Nick's comment. If we eventually do this without any Beatles tracks, that would be kind of crazy. So I'm saying Movie Mag. That's my trump card.
Right.
And
I'm
then,
not sure.
yeah.
I was just going to comment on what Nick's saying. I'm not sure that there's enough really great Paul solo country songs to make a really strong.
There's not.
compilation. We're looking at Best of George Harrison UK version.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Elliot makes a good point. One More Kiss.
He
I mean, we
does.
have a lot
Lynette,
of-
Lynette says Big Barn Bed. That's got a country twang thing to it too.
yeah.
Yeah.
What are we saying?
I'd be happy to stretch the rules to include that.
Include Big Barn Bed.
Yeah.
And it has, for me, it gets extra points if it has like a farm word in the track.
Well, which it does. That song does, and we've completely overlooked it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a good point. That's a good point because we
Yeah.
could then stretch it a little bit further and say we could include "Give Ireland Back to the Irish" because that actually names in the lyrics there is the name of a country. It names a country.
Oh, stop now! Now you're just winding us up. Now you're just winding us up.
Oh my god.
Dino, I don't think another girl's too poppy. Another girl's too poppy.
Oh, God.
Ralph said, Junior's Farm. Did we overlook Junior's Farm? Or is it that's too rocky, right?
Yeah, now I don't know if they're fucking with us now.
boy.
Not just because it says farm.
See?
Yeah, okay. We gotta stay focused.
Stay focused. Stay focused now. Come on.
So is
Right,
Lonesome
how many
Town-
tracks we got?
Oh, how many tracks? Good point.
Yeah, go back to the playlist.
Oh, now it's in my ears. We got 12.
12.
Almost there.
And wait, I have to add your to wait, did I lost my little girl? Wait, I guess that was on MTV Unplugged.
It's on
right?
MTV Unplugged, yeah.
Yeah. There we go. And then we gotta add I Will. Because these are all our trump cards.
Right.
I Will. Okay. So now with all our trump cards, we're at 14.
14. Okay, so now that's a proper album. 7 on one and 7 on the other. Fine. Now we could have a single and make it 16 with an A and B side and add 2 more tracks.
Mm-hmm. How many Beatles songs? So we have 1, 2, 3. We only have 3 Beatles tracks.
That's not bad.
So if we made the two, if we took 2 Beatles tracks and made those 2 the single, and then we just threw in some extra Paul songs,
Paul songs? Yeah.
then it could be a Paul country album with the Beatles.
All right, Nick says get rid of the Beatle tracks.
Yeah.
Elliot says
yep.
take the Beatle tracks off.
Okay.
Do we agree?
I'm okay with making
No,
them
but
the singles.
Nick wanted. Tony wanted I Will though. That was
That'll be
his.
the single. That'll be the single.
All right, so that's the single. That's the A side then.
Okay. So I'm keeping that there, and then I'll Follow the Sun or Mother Nature's Son. Both.
They both got to come off.
No, pick one to be the B side.
Oh,
The country.
Hardly.
Is that in there?
it
Yeah,
is.
it's in there.
All right, so what? Mother Nature's Son or what for the B side?
I'll Follow the Sun.
Mother Nature's Son.
Oh yeah, both White Album too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So bring that down. There's your
And then-
single.
And then
Beatles
we're
on the
next
singles
slide.
now. If we've got 12.
Okay. So now we need 3 more
No, we need 2
because
more.
it goes up to here 11.
Yeah, we need 3 more. All right, so One More Kiss. I see a lot of people begging for One More Kiss. I don't know.
I'm with it. I'm just worried that we have 3 Red Rose. I think Red Rose is being a little overrepresented.
Yeah.
I just think we need to be very careful here because this is a live stream that is being recorded. People can come back and watch it and realize that we have said live on air that Man We Was Lonely is a better song than I Will. I'm not having it just because Nick is in an argumentative mood and he's saying the Beatles. He's ruining our credibility.
All right.
It's not a better song. It's just a single. Why is it? I don't think we're. Yeah.
Put on Get It. I vote for Get It.
I'm saying Get It too. Tony, it's not a saying anything about the track. It's just it's just the single.
Tony is like,
album,
what
right?
have you Yanks done to me?
Oh my gosh, that was gonna be really sick.
Get It. We need 2 more now.
Yeah, let's look at what are we not getting represented here? Wildlife. Yeah, Nick's finally happy. So we don't have anything from Wildlife.
What would you put from Wildlife that would be anything remotely close to country?
I think like I Am Your
Some
Singer.
people never know. Maybe.
Some people never know. Yeah.
No,
I'm Your Singer.
Yeah. Good
No.
box. Yeah. Thank you, Elliot. See, that's what we do. Wait, no, so Get It needs to be up here to make it clear. So okay, what do we miss? So
what about you
yeah.
have that would be something from the Unplugged.
Bluebird we missed, we stepped over Lonesome Town.
And we're trying again. Let's see.
Anything from McCartney 3? Get some, as up to date stuff as possible?
Somebody said put when winter comes in there.
Oh yeah. I'd say we can put that.
When winter comes?
And I'm not saying it's a better song than I Will just because it's on this album.
Got to be universally agreed though, Tony. He don't agree. It can't go. I didn't think so.
Oh, okay. I can't see him with the sharing screen.
No.
Anything from the comments? Early Days? Yeah, Early Days is not bad.
Early Days. I love that song.
Me too.
No, it doesn't work though.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work.
It's not really country though, is it?
No.
Yeah.
Like a ballad.
Let me. I'm just gonna. Oh, you know what? Something maybe like Fine Line, like, or like maybe I know not Jenny Wren, but like
From Chaos?
I mean, yeah. Let's just look at it. A Certain Softness.
The only thing that would work on Chaos remotely for me would be Friends to Go. And that's again, it's more poppy.
What about something like Certain Softness, maybe?
Now you've got Your Way in there from Driving Rain.
Yeah.
We got Mama's Little Girl.
I had a pretty terrible one. I don't know why I didn't mention it yet. 4th of July, because it's like a little patriotic, but I don't know. I feel like let's see. Come on, let's go like this.
Nah, early tomorrow. No, it doesn't work. But go to Flaming Pie. Go back to Flaming Pie.
Yeah, yes, sir. How do I go back this way? A song you know quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Young Boy, maybe. Calico Skies.
How about Souvenir?
Souvenir? I don't know. What do you think? Oh yeah, we can go to the backyard sessions.
Oh.
Is this on Spotify?
Great
no,
Day. I mean, I don't know. No, I don't think the backyard sessions are on there.
Yeah. What's the one that he gave to Mary Hopkins?
Mary Hopkin?
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Is that country?
Kind of. Oh, Lynette says Souvenir. She likes Souvenir.
Okay, we got a second from Souvenir.
To me, that sounds very soulful, that track.
Souvenir.
It does. I mean,
Yeah.
we have to see who else feels, If you want me, tell me now. If I can be, it has that vibe to it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
We're so close. We're looking back at this here. We got 14 tracks here, so we just want 2 more.
yeah.
Um,
And Get It's on there. Thank you, Nick.
mhm. Let's go back
It's
to
hard.
Paul.
It's something else from Ramon. Somebody mentioned Ramon.
Yeah, Ramon. I mean, I feel like Ram has so much country flair to it that we would not be wrong to go back to the well there.
Great song, but that's not country. That's a great song, but Souvenir's more stacks than country. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It has that stack sound to it. Rockabilly.
One More Kiss. Well, we talked about One More Kiss, but we just think it's a little. I don't. If
Two
we can
Red Rose
vary
Speedway. Two Red Rose
Yeah.
Speedway heavy.
Yeah. Oh, what was the one I love? All you horse riders.
Oh God, no. No. Can't have that. Cannot have that. Damn.
Let's see. I'm trying to think.
Calico Skies?
Yeah, I'm with Calico Skies.
Two magpies, says James Boyce from Electric Arguments.
I mean, nothing from New is gonna
No.
really work for this.
Nothing. No, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
Great record though, but
Mhm. Oh, we didn't go off the ground.
nah, that's nothing. Nothing works in that album. I don't think.
Yeah.
Nothing. I think Calico
Whatever,
Skies
Cal-
might be the best one.
Like to
You know
bike-
what? I think okay, so I think I'm seeing a lot of Calico Skies, or just Nick has the loudest voice in the room. So how do we feel? I mean, do we even have anything from
No,
Flying Pie?
we don't. And that's a very rustic, acoustic feel. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
there's some big tracks on it, but that's an album that I don't want to say it's country, but you could hear the acoustic. I've been listening to that this morning, the demos and stuff.
No, Nick, we love your commentary. Are you kidding? Don't be sorry.
So he's been living in America too long now. You see.
Okay, so what's Tony? What do you say? We slot this in?
Yeah, I'm just when we just visited off the ground, I'm
Mhm.
just thinking there was a girl who liked to biker.
Biker like an icon.
Yeah, it's got that rockabilly feel. The drum.
Ooh,
Got-
interesting.
playing it-
Oh,
playing
that,
it with
that
drum-
can be
with-
that can be
with
the that can be
brushes.
the that
He's
can be the
playing it with
hit.
brushes.
That can be a hidden track.
Girl.
That could be a hidden track like Freedom on Driving Rain. It's on there, but it's just not listed.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'm all for that. Get
I'll tell you
Biker
when I
on there.
figure out how to do that on Spotify.
She loved a biker.
Okay, so we got our 14.
hidden track.
Yeah,
I like
so-
that one.
Okay, so I'm gonna read through a couple ones that we didn't include yet, just
Go
from
ahead.
our original list. So we said One More Kiss, but we denied that. You're
Yeah.
Always in there, Get It's in there, Heart of the Country, Rough Ride. I think Hey Diddle, still could kind of squeeze in there. Man, We Was Lonely, we have in there. Rocky Raccoon, no. Put It There. Sure to Fall. Oh, Sure to Fall. Well, no, we're not doing Beatles. Rain Clouds, Bluebird. That would be Something MTV. We have Lonesome Town, Blue Moon of Kentucky. And yeah.
Right. I like it. So
I think we can do Blue Moon of Kentucky.
no, but see now. I mean, we've got Movie Mag, which is a cover. Like, are we trying to make it a pure McCartney songwriting thing, right? So, Movie Mag is I know that's your you can't miss it. So, I think one of those is fine, but I think the Blackpool.
Yeah. If it was on Spotify.
I think it was just you had 16 tracks. One more. A lot of people want one more kiss in there, man.
Well, would we boot out? No, we can't boot out. Well, actually, when you think about it, hold on. I was just looking at the album covers. Wasn't Country Dreamer? What was it? Wasn't it like a B-side to a Band on the Run song?
It came out. Well, it was recorded during '73, but it came out as the B-side to "Man on the Run." Yeah.
So, I think we got room for another Band on the Run track.
It was actually the B side of Helen Wheels here.
Yeah,
We had Zoo Gang as the B side of
Band on the Run. Yeah, in America it was different.
Yeah.
I'm saying I say we do it.
I said, let's add One More Kiss. Listen, even when I was a kid and I heard that song, it sounded like, oh, this sounds like rockabilly country. I've always kind of felt that way about One More Kiss.
Mm-hmm.
But now, what do we bump out now?
No, what's it called? Spiker Like an Icon's a secret track.
Oh, that's the secret track. That's the hidden track. That's the freedom.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only. That's the. I've only got two hands on chaos. It's all those things.
Yeah. Here we go. I'm gonna put this here. Can get rid of this.
I love this. I don't use Spotify or Shitify as Rick Wakeman calls it. So I'm an Apple Music person.
Yeah.
Maybe you can convert it and send it my way.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't, not to make any announcements I'm not supposed to, but if you are a patron, this Spotify will be very easily accessible to you.
Yes.
So,
yes, it will. And get on the Discord app. We just, get on Discord.
Yeah.
We just added some stuff on there today. I love Discord. It's a great way. Just search it up. It's an app on your phone. You can talk, text, anything on there. It's a great app.
All right. So now we're Summer of '59.
Oh,
that's a good one, Dino.
Yeah. Now we have to sequence the album. But I love this list though.
Yeah. But wait, should we kick something out for Summer of '59? I'm kind of with that.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'm not including that.
Okay. So, all right. So we got our 14 tracks. I think Heart of the Country's got to be first.
That Heart of the Country one, yeah.
Okay, so Heart of the Country's number one.
That would be Something Live 2.
Okay. I think Big Barn Bed for kind of a rocker in the third slot.
That or have it open up side 2.
Okay, interesting. So that would be number 7. Maybe Get It in the third slot.
give it some A side love there.
Yeah.
Not buried on side 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm trying to think. Side 2 opens up with Big Barn Bed. James Boyce. The song's missing can be issued in a deluxe version months later.
In the Japanese, hot
and in colored vinyl and all the good stuff with that.
But not that many months later.
No.
What about Put It There to end the album?
Put It There to end the album? Okay.
Just a thought. Just throwing stuff out there. Or Country Dreamer to end it, kind of bookmark.
I think you end it with Put It There or Calico Skies. My take. Tone,
yeah,
Beatley?
Tone, what do you think?
Beatley Tone?
Put It There.
And the album with Put It There. Okay. Agreed.
But Biker Like an Icon is the last.
That's the hidden track.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let's look at album opens up, go up top again. Heart of the Country. That would be Something Live. Then To Get It. Then To Your Way. Then Mama's Little Girl. Man, We Was Lonely.
These were just tossed there. These 4 to 6 were just tossed there.
Right. Big Barn Bed would have to be 8.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
It's opening up side 2, yeah.
Right.
I think ending side 1, Sally G, was kind of nice.
Yeah, because Marilyn was okay. Boom, boom, boom. Looking at it now. Then you got Big Barn Bed into Movie Mag, back into another acoustic thing with I Lost My Little Girl, and One More Kiss, and Country Dreamer, Calico. That look kind of, unless you want to switch.
I want to put
up.
the Red Rose on different sides.
Break up Red Rose Speedway a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Nick would push. We got Get It in there for you. Now we got to push it around. You clamored for a half hour to get it into the damn album.
Yeah, Nick is the Get It czar. He can decide where it goes, if it's in or not.
Heart of the Country, that would be Something. Get It, One More Kiss, Mama's Little Girl, Maybe It Was Lonely, Sally G, end of side 1, side 2, Big Barn Bed, Your Way, Movie Mag, Lost My Little Country Dreamer, Calico Skies, Put It There. I think side 2 is kind of like, with Calico Skies and Put It There at the end. I don't know, do you guys like Get It being on side 1, third slot, or what?
Nah, it shouldn't be on
No?
there.
Track 6. Wait, you said it shouldn't be on there at all?
You're acquiescing to your mate, Nick.
I know. I'm winding him up.
Lynette says we need a rocker on side 1.
That's so true.
But it's a
That's why-
country album.
Well, that's why I said "Oh Woman, Oh Why." If you want to revisit that's got some slide guitar.
Let's why don't we take Biker Like an Icon out of its hiddenness and expose it to the world as an upbeat song on side 1.
That would be so funny. So we're making this like
was
a,
a girl
country. we're
Like
making
a
this
biker, she likes to travel across America.
Okay, all right. I see what you're doing it.
We're
So now
making-
what
yeah.
what becomes the hidden track now?
I need a hidden track.
Yeah.
What's the hidden track?
The hidden track was so 1990s.
That's why it worked in that slot. How about Get It becomes the hidden track?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a compromise then. It gets on the album, but
Yeah.
it's buried, you see?
yeah. Okay. So here
Put
we
Get
go.
It at the end.
Yeah.
He's okay with Get It.
Make it one of those where you have to wait 4 days before it actually clicks over enough seconds to start the song.
Yes. Put Get It. Put Get It as the hidden track.
Yeah. Okay. So we got Heart of the Country. That would be something live on MTV. Biker Like an Icon. Just Trojan horsing that one in there to make it known.
Yep.
One More Kiss. Mama's Little Girl. I think that would flow really nice.
Yep.
And then ending it with Mammy Was Lonely, and then
Ending
that
side 1 with Sally G. Flip.
Yeah.
Big Barn Bed. Out, down, kind of like it does on the album. Then to Your Way.
Yeah.
And to Movie Mag. And to another soft acoustic. And then Country Dreamer. Calico Skies. Put it there to round out the album.
I think we got to move Country Dreamer a little closer up here.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the jewel track of side 2.
Yeah.
What?
And-
No?
Tony's like, what?
Well, it's got the word country in it. I mean, not that that's.
Well, it has. It has, but it's still a B-side, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
side 2 starts with Big
Barn Bed.
That's a biggie. Put It There is a biggie. Calico Skies is a biggie. Your Way, well, it's a great song, but it's not that well known, I suppose.
Mhm.
But I Lost My Little Girl wasn't even recorded, was it, until that night?
Correct. Calico
Yeah.
Skies are they're
I'm
too
with that.
similar. They're too similar to be next to each other. Okay.
I'm with that, Lynette. Wait, where did I move Calico Skies? Yeah. That's why I put I Lost My Little Girl in between. But can we make them further apart? Maybe move it up here or something. Up here. Or maybe some of this.
If Paul's people see this country album, they'll put it out before London Town and Back to the Alley. Oh, somebody at MPL, please be watching this.
Yeah. Ask Tom Frangione to drop off a CD.
Please.
Burn a CD for him.
Please.
Yeah.
All right, so we feel pretty good about side 1, yeah?
Yeah, I like side 1. Unless we need to move one to kind of beef up side 2. I'm happy
So
with
side
it.
2, Big Barn Bed, Calico Skies. So like big rocker, soft acoustic, Country Dreamer, good band song. Then move into Movie Mag. Lost My Little Girl, and then to put it there to end the
Yeah.
album. What do we think? We like it?
You know what? Actually, okay. How about this? Hear me out. I am willing to swap my trump card for the good of the flow of the album. I'll change Movie Mag to Lonesome Town, so we have more of like a rocker on side 2. How does that sound?
You've got Big Barn Bed.
Yeah, but it's Big Barn Bed and then 6 tracks of kind of like slow acoustic songs.
So you'd get rid of your ace in the hole.
I'd be fine with that if you think it
let's see.
benefited it.
Let's see. What do people in the comments say? Ditch Movie Mag or not, or keep it? Let's see what the people say.
Well, it's I know it's not a Paul song, but I would replace it with Lonesome Town.
A cover with a cover.
Wait, Is that the only cover? Because we had a lot of covers on the initial list, and now Movie Mag is the only cover.
Right. The rest are Paul McCartney written songs, which is kind of what we
Oh.
wanted to do here.
I'm okay. Listen, I am amenable to that.
But you can't swap. If are we going to do that? Oh, Lynette, ditch Movie Mag. Nick, ditch Movie Mag.
I'm feeling the tomatoes come at me. It's a great song. Come on.
It's a great song, but if this is a
yeah.
Paul McCartney album
A
Right.
compilation
and
for
a
his.
songs that he's written, then
Yeah.
it's got to go.
Alrighty. Remove
What are we
this
replacing it
hurts.
with?
This hurts.
Sorry.
Just kidding. Uh,
Oof.
oh, that means I still have a trump card. Oh, thank you, Nick. I appreciate it.
Oh, lordy, lordy,
Oh,
lordy,
you know,
lordy.
if I still have a trump card, I'm doing "Oh Woman, Oh Why."
Okay.
I mean, does anybody like? Do I get a double veto of people like insisting that's not a country song, or could not belong on a country playlist?
Tony?
I wouldn't put it on a country playlist, but
I wouldn't either, but I'm indifferent on it being on there to give it a rockabilly feel.
good song.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the key word, Andy, that we're extending this to rockabilly, when need be.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just listening to it. Oh, woman, oh, why? What say you, people in the comments? Yes or no?
Yeah, am I gonna get a triple veto again to my trump card?
Elliot says no.
I think catch a break.
The
The gunshot. Oh, Kyle.
The gunshot. Oh, Kyle. Oh, why? What have you done?
Oh, it's got slide guitar. Leave me alone.
Huh? Treat her
Oh,
gently.
treat her gently.
They're talking about a left turn.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Two people say no to a woman and why. I'm indifferent. I'm Switzerland on it. I could take it. I could
Switzerland.
include it or not. What else could we include? One Last Kiss. No. It's more of a blues rock song, says Tony.
Yeah.
I'm just scanning my 6,284 Paul McCartney songs in my iTunes libraries to see what I can pull.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah. What about
Trouble-
the MPL juggler sound? No, I'm just kidding.
I said I'm still 4th of July, maybe.
That's two songs of the last two.
Yeah. Boy. Movie Mag may out Movie Mag as the hidden track and reinstate Get It.
Get it? Get.
No, Get It is in there.
Oh no, it was. We did make it the hidden track. I'm fine with Get It being my my trump card. I love that song
Okay.
because I never got to talk about that. But I after that Tom Frangione interview with you guys, I went deep back into Tug of War, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've been sleeping on this album for a long time. But yeah. But this is the album, no hidden track.
No hidden track.
Yeah.
Side 2, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. I'm just going through the Elvis Costello and Paul demos now. Would any of them qualify?
Oh, that would be so cool.
Elvis Costello, who was just above my head at the gig, watching the
so
show
cool.
with his hat on. It was so cool. I'm like, come on down and sing Back on My Feet with him. So let's just play. That would be cool.
So okay, we're starting with kind of a jangly heart of the country, back then into a live, skipping 20 years into the future. That would be something on MTV.
Mm-hmm.
Biker Like an Icon, The Trojan Horse, One More Kiss, the fan favorite, Mama's Little Girl, another little family home recording. Man We Was Lonely, into the epitomal country track, Sally G. Flipping it over, Big Barn
Yeah.
Bed, Calico Skies, Your Way, Get It, Country Dreamer, Lost My Little Girl, ending it with Put It There.
I think that works, and you've got a Beatles single that are both written by Paul as your standalone single to get the Beatles represented. I think that's a fine country album.
Tony, what do you think?
Yeah, it's good. It could be better, but it's good.
Okay. What do you got? Or just in general, you're thinking it,
Well, I know this goes against our whole philosophy of, less Beatles, more Paul. But when it comes down to this particular genre, a lot of these songs are not as strong as some of the other songs in his various genres that he does. Like if you were doing, Paul ballads or something like that, then the standard would be much, much higher. And I think it was a mistake to leave out "I'll Follow the Sun." I thought that's a great song. You go through each day these songs. Is it better than "I Lost My Little Girl"?
Well,
Yeah, probably.
that's the thing. Are we trying to definitely make it a Paul McCartney thing, or is it a Beatles thing? And I think we had a compromise by getting the two White Album tracks as a single. So if we're looking at it through the prism of just a Paul thing, because let's be honest, it's a genre that Paul loves, but he doesn't really dabble into. He tips his toe into the water with country. So you hear it, you hear slide guitar, you hear twangy stuff on a lot of these tracks, but it's not a genre that he's always, comfortable in all the time. So. How do you pull the best of all these sounds and make a playlist? And I think we've done the best job we can.
Yeah, and I would add to that one of the last things that you'll think of Paul McCartney is he's a country singer.
No.
And yet we made a competitive list that we
Yes.
had to, really think to whittle down to 14 songs.
And
that's kind of the beauty of it.
exactly. And Tony, I agree with you though. Like things like "I'll Follow the Sun" and "I've Just Seen a Face." If I would include those tracks. If we were going to do both Beatles and Paul, but if we're going to we have to just keep it to Paul, which I think we should, because we're just talking about Paul here. I think this is the best representation of what we could come up with. And Elliot said, yeah.
And Tony, we'll go on your live stream and we'll make a Beatles only compilation of not just Paul, but Beatles, country compilation. I bet that would be epic.
In the spirit of Look Up, I think this was a wonderful exercise to do. Because how do we define country, right? Look Up is not a country album. It's pop. Like Tom, my partner Tom said, this is not a bona fide country record. Paul hasn't really done bona fide. He's done really country sounding stuff like Sally G when they were in Nashville, and all these other tracks have those flair to it. It has that country flair to it, but. I think these songs really do represent the best of the sound. Things like "Your Way" from Driving Rain. I remember hearing that going, wow, this could have been like done around the time of Mama's Little Girl and things like that. So it does have that kind of flair to it. I do. Hello, Rick. Good afternoon. This album could be released. A mix of Beatles and Post would never come out. Right. So there it is. And we'll share it with you, those that you subscribe to us on that. We will share.
Yeah.
Kyle, I got some homework. I need you to make it on Apple Music, too, if you can.
Oh, there's converters. It takes 2 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I found a nice picture of Paul. I don't think you can see this screen, but I'm trying to.
Are you going to make it for the album cover? And what are we calling What are we calling the album?
I just jotted down Country Dreamer, but I'm very open to whatever.
I think we got to call it something else besides Country Dreamer. Now, Lynn says that she doesn't think "I'll Follow the Sun" sounds country to her, Tony.
Oh, really? Okay.
Name and Address is a country rockabilly track. Yeah, it is. That's a good point, Elliot. It does. It was his Elvis pastiche, but I could see that. I could see that being in the conversation. Paul and Johnny Cash, "Moon Over." Elliot likes "Country Dreamer." You could leave it. I'm fine with calling it "Country Dreamer." Tony, if you are.
Make a Country Dreamer. Oh, here we go. Do you guys see the new album cover?
Oh, I like that. I like that. There you go. Perfect.
This could get clicks.
"Country Dreamer." Heart of the Country Dreamer, says James.
Heart of the Country Dreamer.
No, it's Tony, if you're fine with that, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
So a compilation album of Paul McCartney written tracks in the country
Vein.
country vein, and a double A side
Yes.
single of Beatles, of his Beatles country. Sorry. Okay. From the Two Legs podcast. Done.
There you have it.
Well, yeah. Paul in the
Well,
heart of the
yeah.
country. Oh, I like that. Can we change it to that?
Sure.
Thank you, Lynette. Why is my U button broken? Okay.
There we go. I love it.
Guys,
When,
this is
when I go to Nashville in a couple of days, I'll put that on my phone.
yeah.
Yes, there is, and Kyle will get that over to me because I don't use. I'm an Apple Music person myself, so actually I could make it on my own Apple Music too, Kyle. It'll take me all of 30 seconds to do.
Okay. Yeah, Two Legs first. Yeah, we had our first appearance with Paul on the show this week, and now our first.
That's
McCartney
right.
album.
Paul made his debut on our show, and
Yeah.
Paul in the heart of the country. I like it.
Yeah.
That Ringo had last month, and now Paul in the heart of the country. I love it. This was a great
Yeah.
experiment. I'm gonna take this off the screen now because it's made.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, so let's remove that now.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, absolutely awesome.
So
Thank you everybody for your suggestions there.
yeah, I'm so happy that everybody got a kick out of it and was able to play along. If I can add that, I love doing these fantasy playlists. So anybody share their feedback. How did you like it? How can we make it better? And very entertaining. Okay, I appreciate that.
Thank you, Kim.
Yeah, let us know because I'd love to come up with some more ideas like this.
You've always been good with that, Kyle, coming up with these things, these hypotheticals, playlists, fantasy playlists, albums, and things like that. It's a good experiment. And especially it makes you think. You start thinking about songs. Oh, you poor guy. Where's the Jack Daniels?
It's almost gone.
Oh, that was awesome. So we'll get those out to you. Those that you subscribe to us on our Patreon. We'll get those over to you. Follow us on there. It's like a
McCartney mixtape.
It is mixtapes, and now but that required some. You made a mixtape, man. That was a labor of love. We'll make a. Oh, that we could do that easy.
Done.
We could do that on our sleep, Nick.
I've got another hour. No, I'm just kidding.
No. This has been great. This has been great. We've been on for 2 hours already. Wow.
I know.
We can start winding it down. So, no, this was great. I think we'd love to try to redo this again, at least once a month, where we have Kyle and Tony come on and join me on my show on Sundays to do these kind of topic things, and that would be great. There would be arguments. They wouldn't be electric, though, would they? They wouldn't be electric.
I want to know Nick, what would be your get it for the 80s? What are you, what's your trump card? Your piece in the hole. Curious.
We'll have to see. But I want to let me just thank everybody for being here today. I'm going to try to get through everybody here who's there. My mom, Susan Gagney, Russ, Block You Bear, Tom Liverani, James Boyce, Joan Borelli, Block You Bear, Nick Momus. Let's see, Elliot Wynn, Brad Purnell, 40, John Redshaw, Jack Gill, Boyan, our son from Down Under, Mrs. Beatley Tone as well. Doc Dacus was here. Mr. Burley was here. Lee Sana, Marcus Thompson, Nick Syrett, Howard Cow. You inspired us. Tony D, Dino V, Mike Waljasper, Lynn, of course, James Martinez. I think that's pretty much everybody. Duke Viking, of course, Mr. Gargolino. James Boyce. I think I said his name twice, but I don't want to forget it. I think that's pretty much all of our regulars on here. Serge was there too. Brad, of course, Brad Hill, one of our new subscribers to be here as well. Thanks for being here. James, Joe Mantaneo, the MVP, of course, Mrs. Beatley Tone. Yeah, that will do it. Ralph Acton. Thank you guys for being here. Lynette, thank you for being there as well too. And her comment, I felt Souvenir should have been on there. I could have. That would have been I would have put Souvenir on there, but we have to compromise. And I'd like to thank Kyle, Hand on the Run, which is going to be his nickname for now. And thank you for that, for giving the nicknames on there. I want to thank Tony, even though he's not feeling great today, being here on the show on Sunday. I hope you have a good rest and, you rest up. Now, tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern, Paul will be on the special. Let's see what he plays. Tony, you have no way to see that live, right, in the UK right now?
I don't think so. We've checked.
Yeah. Let me work on that this afternoon. If I can find a link for you, I will send it your way.
Okay.
We
There
can
might be
FaceTime, and I'll just put my phone to the screen.
yeah, but we got Paul on tonight. What a week. What a week. Paul Bowery surprising us. I mean, and now here we are. We're ending the week with Paul on the SNL concert tonight, which will be fabulous. So I hope everybody tunes in. It's crappy here in America with the weather. So most of the country's got storms and crappiness. So I hope that you all stay safe, hunker down, and enjoy your Macca on this Sunday. So for Kyle, for Beadley Tone, I'm Andy Nichols from Two Legs, signing off for the Sunday Live show. And we'll see you next week. Have a good one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Everyone. Bye.
Bye.